Hello everyone, I am here with a new process video. As you can see, I'm working on photos from Chicago. This is my October 2024 trip. And as you can see, I'm at the beginning because here's my plane and here's when I landed. And I realized they kind of match. Originally, I thought I would just have this. My plan was to have one photo on the back. So here's my opening page and then this was going to be on the back. I'm not using this, obviously. I printed incorrectly, so I'm just using, as scrap, but it worked for this because when I reprinted, it came out nicely. But I need to find a background, and then I realized, like, hey, these kind of match. So if I could crop this down, I might keep this one as is and let it just run the length of the page. I'm okay with that. But I don't know that I need all this extra stuff here. I could cut this down and get creative with it. So that's my plan. I do also have to apologize. I have a horrible cold. At the time that I'm doing this, I've just been home from California. I was in San Francisco. I've been home for 4 days? Yeah. Well, 5 days. And I don't know if I picked this up out there or what, but oh my gosh, it hit me like a ton of bricks yesterday. So I'm struggling a little bit. So if I don't make complete sense when I'm talking about this, blame it on the cold medicine because I am so hopped up on meds right now. I'm going to use that as my excuse. Because of the colors that I have in here, I think what I want to do is maybe find kind of this gold, yellowy gold type color since it's in both. This is a little bit darker, but I'm totally okay with that. Because I don't want to do blue. There's a lot of blue in the plane and in here already. And obviously I don't want like white on white. So that's not going to work. So I'm thinking some kind of background in that yellow. When I was looking through my scraps, I brought out my bag of yellow scraps. When I was looking in there, I got all excited because I saw this and I was like, oh, that's perfect. And then I remembered, no, it isn't because I need a 4x8 and this is a 4x6. So clearly I cut this off of something else and can use it and that's fine, but it's not going to work for here. This is the other one I have that is 6x12. That's a little bit darker than what I thought, but it actually doesn't look bad with this right here. And it's not too far off of this. So I think I'm going to use it because honestly, a lot of this is going to get covered up. You're really not going to see a lot of it just because of the size of the photos. I have cut my paper down to 4x8 and I chose to cut it this way. I was thinking strategically. I like the fact that I can have a 2-inch strip left because some of my page protectors have have slots that are 2 inches wide, either a 2x2 or like a 6x2, 8x2 type of situation. So that's great. But then I also have this chunk left. Now, do I use 4x4 a ton? No, but I do have some page protectors that are 2 4x4s. This would be perfect to make a background because I find that I don't have a lot of 4x4 pocket cards that are ready made. So this at least gives me kind of a nice background to work with if I want it. I've actually ended up changing my mind again. When I was looking at this, I really like this photo because it's unique. I don't believe that I have featured this in any other album I've done from Chicago, and I'm there a lot, so that's saying something. I really like it. This was at Midway Airport. I fly a lot. Like, I don't need plane shots in everything, and I do have shots of being on the train on the way home, and those I'm already planning to put in the album, so I think I'm just gonna ditch this. I tried to figure out how I could overlap it and stuff, and I really liked the idea of using both, but when I look at it, I don't think I need it, so you know what, I'm just gonna chuck this photo. So I know that in my ephemera stuff, it was a set of digital files and they were bigger labels and they say date on them. I think I want to use one of those. I know I have some that should match this. Then I would consider blue because now I only have this little background piece. Blue might help actually really bring in that color, make it pop. So I'm going to look for that. But then I'm also going to have to stamp or do something because that's not going to be enough to fill up all of this space. Well, I went through all of these pieces and clearly I forget what I have because these were the things I was thinking of. I knew I had this set. These all came together. I thought I had some that were in a darker blue like this or this, but I don't. They're all this lighter blue. That's not what I want. But I did find these two pieces in there and I am thinking this almost has kind of a little retro look. I'm thinking maybe I could do that. And maybe like that. That would help take up some of the space. It would add in some of the colors, which is fun. And then up here, I'm not sure what I'll do up there. Maybe I could just hang off a label or something. There is some kind of red in here. There's a little bit of red in the plane. So maybe I could do that and then just talk about like, I got a flight to Midway because it was cheap, or, you know, or something like that. But I think maybe that's a good way to fill up the top portion. I think I'm going to use this huge red label. I thought I was going to go this way at first, but for some reason, I don't know, I don't like that as well. I think I'm going to hang it off the top edge because then I can put a staple in. I could overlap something to embellish if I want to. It just gives me more options, I think. But I'm just going to say, I want maybe a little bit more than half. So when fly to Chicago, I much prefer, how much room do I have? Much prefer to land at Midway. What else do I want to say there? I have to think about what else I can say to fill in the space that I have left. I finished my journaling. I just added, it's easier to navigate, which is true. It's smaller. The way it's laid out, it's much easier to figure out where you go to catch the train. And frankly, it's a lot faster to get into the loop from Midway. The orange line just like goes directly very close to the hospital where I stay a lot. So it makes sense for me to fly to Midway if I can. I mean, I've done O'Hare when it's like super cheap and that's the best option. I've done it. And the blue line picks up right from the airport. Very convenient. But it takes like 45 minutes to an hour on the blue line to get from O'Hare all the way into the loop area. That's kind of ridiculous. So I try to avoid that when I can. All right, that's attached. We'll put a staple in here and then we'll see if I want to do anything else. How does that look? That's pretty good. I wonder if I should do like some white splattering. It should show up on this paper. When papers are really, really light, you can still see it, but it almost comes out clear sometimes. But here, I think it might show up okay. Hopefully the camera is picking this up well. You can see I did get the white on there. It showed up really well this time. So I don't know if it was just like I had the right amount of ink and so it showed up better, or if it is truly that this paper is dark enough. I don't know, but I love it. So that's all I'm going to do with that one, but I did want to show this is the spray I used. It's Dean & Wakely Gloss Spray in white. Love it. Use it on a lot of stuff. So here's another one done for Chicago. Thanks for watching.